welcome back to the Spirit of Watercolor. Linda's back again, and here we are in February, and we've been working on non-brush techniques, and we're going to continue on. Instead of using, my watercolor brushes, well, I might use a little bit of it, but mostly we're going to be working with painting with our watercolors, and we're going to be using a calligraphy pen, and we're going to be using a ruling pen instead of brushes. I'm going to grab the calligraphy. Here it is. Regular old calligraphy pen, and we're going to be dipping that into the paint, and also the ruling pen, which if you look at my non-brush techniques video, you'll see that there's this where you can turn this dial on this ruling pen, which is for ink or those kinds of things. But I'm going to try it with watercolor. I was inspired by an artist that I met at a fundraiser, and I bought a couple of her watercolors, and they're just beautiful. And they're just an example of what we're going to be trying today. There's these wonderful ribbons and lines, as you can see, or you can get straight lines. Here's a flower again. I think flowers in February sounds good, don't you? I mean, after all, it's pretty snowy out. I just had another long walk to the park around here and back, and it's beautiful, and the geese are flying, and the ducks are happy, and they're in the ponds, even though there's snow and ice all over. The hope of spring is always there, and it's coming, and flowers kind of help me, things like that you can have around your house plants and things, keep you from feeling too much too sad, or like you're missing nature's beauty in the spring and summer. So here's my quick sample I started, and we're going to go into this a little more and talk about it, because the calligraphy pen, as you know, is used for calligraphy writing. It makes beautiful, ribbony lines and so forth, and that's what we're seeing in these. I don't know, I think this one's my favorite, and that's what I was kind of looking at when I was trying one. So let's get together and do this together. I'll show you how to, get the paints ready and dip our pens in, and how we can create these different kind of watercolors, which are, to me, just another way of expressing ourselves with watercolor. Okay, let's go. Okay, so here I have again the painting, which I've told you I really love, with the calligraphy lines and beautiful curves going that a calligraphy pen does, which I'm going to use. There it is. And I'm going to dip that in my pans of water. I'm going to add a little water to them, because otherwise you're not going to get enough. Like when you dip in a oops, where'd it go? I'm sorry, I'm losing my stuff. Here we go. The India ink, for example, and I dip my pen in there, I load that, and it's harder to do on a palette, and it would take a lot of time to put all those little paints in little bottles. So I'm just going to hope that this works. I've had a little bit of practice now. I put some vibrant greens down in here, and I'm just going to add extra water onto the top of these, and let that kind of flow into those pockets. I'm going to pick some colors I think I'm going to use here. Maybe the reds, maybe the purples. I don't usually do that. I usually pull it out onto the pan and mix it, but you can't draw, of course, like this. So let's see. We've got, and of course, when I tried it the first time, it was a little too light, and so that's why I'm doing this. I didn't get enough into the pens, and of course I haven't tried this with the ruling pen yet, and I've got that set pretty thickly, so that I'll have a thick line, like maybe making a nice stem and or parts of the flower itself. Okay, we'll see. Again, this is line work mostly, but it's and of course I do dip my calligraphy pen as well in this situation. I love this beautiful forest green color, and again, I'm no pro at this. I'm learning along with you on this one. So You know, there's going to probably be some mistakes and things that I'm not perfectly happy with, but first time, you got to try. So far, that's not bad. A beautiful forest green color. Okay, and then some pretty lines might be starting to come up out of this. And you turn that pen, you get the thicknesses and the squiggles that the young lady who did those beautiful pieces did as well. So far, you know, I'm kind of liking that, okay? I can also, like I said, we can use a brush. If I do, it's just going to be a thin brush. I've got to find that. It disappeared on me as well. Oh, I've got more of them up here. Okay. But we have, here's a thin one, pretty thin. I think that's my number 8. So if I want to come in and just kind of bring that a little bit thicker or a little lighter, give it a little dimension, I can do that. All right, I'm going to dip it again, my calligraphy pen. I'm going to try a little of my, this beautiful green. I'm going to my Sennelier paints because I keep saying I'm going to use them and I haven't been using them enough. They're brand new and I'm learning how they work. Okay, let's look again at this sample. I'm not trying to copy it really per se, but just get some inspiration from it to create my own calligraphy type. Ooh, that's really nice, isn't it? I'm liking it so far. Yeah, let's see what happens if I bring a little of these light colors in as well. And again, this is my creative way of doing it, which isn't going to be exactly like anybody else's, and yours won't either. Okay, now I would like to take this brush and just kind of pull in a little bit of that color into there, because I like to change values a little more than I am with this strict drawing type device. All right, that's very pretty. Bring a little more line into that one. Okay. All right, how about that? Isn't that nice? And she did some wonderful blends too of other colors. So like, sometimes you could see a little bit of blue or something gorgeous flowing into the leaves or whatnot. So let's just see what happens if I try a little color in there, let it flow, and see what happens. Maybe I'll have a pretty blue stem there. Bring a little bit of color in here. Yeah, all right. So far, so good. I like. Again, I'm just learning along with you, so let's do that. Let's not get too high expectation, but, you know, figure out as we go. And then, you know, another thing that might be good, I'm just kind of, you know, looking at hers and getting inspired, but you could also, you know, get a vase and put in a flower and then do it from there. And that might be a better way. Here's the brush I was trying to find. Okay, I've got that now because these other ones are a little too thick. Now I'm going to try the ruling pen. I'm not really sure because she didn't do that, but let's see what happens if let's go with a pretty purple here. I think this is my amethyst color. And bring in, you know, I'm trying to load these like I don't have a bottle, as I said. Okay. And let's see what happens when we go up here and we try to create some kind of pretty flower type images. Yeah, she's got a very light orchid color going there, which if I want to do that, I'm going to have to take the brush, I think, and do a little washing in. But that's okay. We're just trying to get some kind of a... Oh, that's really thin for my pen. Oh, I see. Oh, I might have to use it on the side to get some thickness. Okay. I'm not sure if that's going to be as good as the calligraphy pen. That's okay. I'm going to bring in some pinks now. I don't know, just kind of doing my own way here and pull in some colors into there. Okay. With some shapes I can draw. I can draw the shapes and then bring the color in with a wet brush and let those flow. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to say that I think I like the calligraphy pen better. Let's do that now. Okay. Back to the purple. Getting that, because it does seem to load up better than the, and then you got your little legal squiggle. things happening here. There we go. Oh, well, I can get it nice and thick with this one. All right. Very nice. Okay, what I'm going to do now, because this is my way of doing it again, I'm going to take this brush. It's a number 6. It's a little thinner. And I'm going to bring these flowing into each other, into the petals. That's kind of what I was planning to do. You can do it any way you want. Oh, I see the pink coming in there now a little. Oh, that's fun. I'm trying to create some petals out of that. I don't know, what do you think? Feel I'm inspired to try this? Yeah. There we are. Oh, wow. Certainly a different approach, isn't it? And again, I really do like some of this here. I might still want to soften this up a little with my brush. It's just that it doesn't all have to be stiff hard edge type things happening here. You can kind of blend some of these colors together, or some of these. But you're getting those lovely ribbony things going on. I might let that set up and dry a little, and then decide what more to do, because sometimes you can get in there too much and sort of overwork. So I'll bring that leaf down in there. Yeah. I'm liking it. Again, I'm not sure. It's certainly not the same painting. It's just not. I love her pastel lavender flower, and then the very intense values of the darker. So, yeah. But anyway, it's kind of in the similar vein, and I can learn from her and from my mistakes. You know, you can do that too. That you may not like everything the way you did it, but don't judge too fast, because, you know, I'm looking at this now and I'm like, yeah, I actually like she has this straight line right in there, which is just an interesting diagonal line, which just adds some compositional value right in there, right there. And I may think about that. And mine at the moment is, I'm okay with it at the moment. I'm just wondering what I'm going to do up in that flower. Maybe a little more color. But not. Ooh, I might need to make my own purpley color, purpley pink. And just bring a little more in here. Just to create some more value shifts. Yeah. Yeah, I could come in with that calligraphy pen right up in there. We can come back in with more lines after it dries as well. That is for sure. There's no cut and dry rules. I am getting a softer purple now. Now let's see where that goes. I do have my board slanted again. I actually put my saran wrap underneath, which is a perfect height for this board right now to, you know, have that, the diagonal of that going. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Not perfect, but not bad. I think we might do another one. Here's my first attempt, and I did some lines. I'm going to go back in and add some more. I kind of like this too, but I'm learning from that one what I can do to add more value into this one. They both have some value benefit there. This one has more value I like that I want to bring into this one, and this one has a little more freedom of ribbony line movement that I like, that I want to keep. So who knows? Maybe these would be nice, if not little paintings to frame up, which they would be nice, with a nice mat around and frame. Or you could, cut these or make small ones like these and put them on a card, or make, paint them on cards. I mean, if you're into doing the card thing. I do have a Valentine video I'm working on, and it was a cards, because I don't typically do cards, but I'd like to try some of that too. Okay. Okay, so I have been working on these a little more. This one, of course, I was just letting it dry. I hope the lighting's good, right? Here, let me try something. Let's see. Maybe like that. And then I went back into the other one that I mentioned, and I brought in some darker values. Again, a little bit of problems. I can always clean those up with some white ground, and, start or clean up if there's some lines I don't like. But, overall, it's a learning process. When I go back and I look at these ones now that I was inspired by this lovely lady I mentioned, and I don't know her name, but I can see more how she did these now, and I'm sure I can get a stronger, cleaner line as I practice, and you too. Here she did some really lovely things where the lines got very wet inside, and so you got the variegated washes flowing within, which is something I'd like to do too. I got a little of that by accident, but not as on purpose as I would like. But of course, this is how you build skills. Let's just keep practicing these. I kind of like these for the first try, and it's a new technique for me as well, a non-brush technique. And so let me know what you think of these, and we'll continue. And I didn't find the ruling pen was quite as successful as the calligraphy pen, so there you go. And maybe we can go back in with some pen and ink at some point too, on another painting, or just do these in black ink or sepia ink. Wouldn't that be fun, where you're just working with your values and not the colors? Okay. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that video of the calligraphy pen and ruling pen, and I think we're going to continue on. I've got my tray, and we will continue to search our non-brush techniques for wonderful ways of making wonderful, amazing, exciting watercolors. And I have an idea, because I have there are these gold and silver, antique gold, these powdered Daniel Smith paints that I've had forever, and they're just calling to me to use them. So I think we'll go with that next, and we'll do sort of universal cosmic paintings, maybe with little stars, or maybe swirls of whatever's out there in the universe. And I think those paints kind of splashed in there would add some real wonderful effects. So let's try that, and some interference paints, which are also by Daniel Smith, and they're kind of they're like glitter, but it's not glitter. They don't glitter. They just create lovely sheens and I don't know, sparkly effects. You'll have to see, but those also are very beautiful in my cosmic and universal paintings, which I'm really excited and haven't done in a while. So let's go, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, and let's continue on in our spiritual journey. It's a wonderful place to be, no matter how hard the times are or things that we're going through, to have watercolors in our lives to express ourselves, to escape, to meditate, to enjoy and connect with our great creator and our own creative energies. So I'll see you soon. Bye for now.